Gratitude and welcome to Spirit Knocks for Brooklyn Mosaic. Today we're talking about abilities. I think you all have heard me mention in a previous video, and I'm going to link it to this one. There's a sister that really goes into that in depth, and she has the experience to do that. The Spirit Doula, I believe she's called. I really like this sister. She talks about like the 33 spiritual gifts, but what I want to talk about is a little different because I think we all have this idea of what spiritual gifts are. And what's interesting about that is sometimes spiritual gifts are not what we think they are. Your spiritual gift could be as simple as spreading love. Your spiritual gift could be as simple as, transforming energy when you enter a space. Your gift could be to be a masseuse or a hairdresser. Like, those are spiritual gifts. Those are abilities. Those are talents. Think about it. Hairdressers deal with the crown. All of your spiritual messages come through your crown. Your third eye is part of your forehead, between your eyes. Like, a person that is dealing with that type of energy has to have a certain type of hand. You know how people say they got a growing hand, they help people's hair grow? It's because they nurturing those antennas, right? These are things that we just take for granted. Even barbers, right? Think about how beauticians and barbers always got somebody sitting in their chair confessing their whole life story. And they're confessing their life story because you are working on that crown energy. You're working on that spiritual energy. You're working on that foresight, and you're giving people the ability to be able to open up and speak with you. So even people who sing, think about how our musicians and talented singers are able to use their throat chakra to move people. Think about the fans that are moved by their music, the many people that speak to them, the many people that they speak to through their music. And even public speakers, right? Folks like Les Brown and Iyanla Vanzant, Maya Angelou, like some of our greatest poets and orators, Langston Hughes. All of these people that have affected us throughout history just by using their voice. Because that's spirit. That's the divine voice in you. It took for me to realize that what I had been doing all along was my spiritual gift. It wasn't a coincidence that I went through how many jobs and did not want to work for companies that weren't true to the people. I didn't have no problem walking away from a job that wasn't doing right by our people because I was never the job. I knew what I was bringing to the table was more important than what I could be paid for. No one else had to understand that but me. I have to look myself in the mirror every day. And so I want you all to look at the things that you really enjoy doing, the things that bring you joy, because if it brings you joy, it's bringing your ancestors joy. It's bringing that inner voice out, right? It's creating legacy. It's doing all the things that you didn't even know you were doing because you just took it like, oh, what's the big deal? I remember being a kid coloring in coloring books and doing my own thing. Going outside the lines, making my own pictures on the side to decorate the thing. Thinking, why didn't they put this here? Who knew that my mother encouraging me to paint and color was going to end up being a thing that I would use to express my vision so that y'all would understand what I see. And so that someone who's going through what I'm going through will now have a template, right? A sort of workbook or a guidebook to follow. So it's just deep, y'all. It's deep, I'm telling you. So just look at yourself. Do an inventory. Are you a great writer? Are you always scribing? Are you always speaking? Are you always healing people? Are you always sharing information? Do you analyze a lot? Do you have a way of looking at things through a different eye? What's your vision? Because your vision it's intentional. We'll talk about that at another time. But researching, gathering things, collecting things, cooking, right? That's magical too. That's feeding people's spirit, especially when you're doing it from a holistic perspective. High vibration food is required for high vibration people. So even this jewelry, like I mentioned it in my other video, I make jewelry. This came from me, a drawing. This is something I sketched out. I'm not a metal worker, but I do make jewelry. Sometimes I take stones and different things and I put them on necklaces, I put them on chains. I didn't just get this way. Know that all those abilities and talents you have been passed down through generations to you, through past lives to you, right? You were uniquely designed to be able to bring all of these things into fruition. So you all have heard me say it before. You are your ancestors' wildest dreams. So these are your abilities, y'all. Y'all thought I was going to say something like, oh, you clairvoyant, you clairsentient. No, because you are things that may not even be listed, that may not even be described. It probably could fall under one of those categories, but it's not what we think it is. So your abilities are the ability to express empathy, be highly intuitive, transform energy when you into a space. You know how the party don't get started till you come? That's not a coincidence. That's your gift. That's you transforming energy. Just like you could walk into a room and feel the shade and feel like, this is not good energy in this space. I don't want to be here. That's your gift. You know how somebody could tell you that they're not feeling well and you feel it in your bones, or you feel it like your heart start racing, you get palpitations? That's your gift. That's your gift. How about being able to just walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and you ain't tired? That's your gift. There's something in that walking, something in that ability to go long periods of time and have that type of endurance, that you are able to think and process things and take in what's around you. Have a photogenic memory. I used to say all the time that my short-term memory was crap. I could never remember people's names, but I never forgot a face in a story. How is that? Why can't you just remember somebody's name? Why would you remember their whole narrative? And why would their face stand out to you? But I thought that was normal. I thought everybody did that. And dreams, I could not remember my dreams, y'all. You remember me saying, like, I didn't really dream. I didn't start dreaming until later on. We're going to talk more about that. Just check into your ability. Do that inventory of all the things that you take for granted. Yeah, I'm a thrifter. I like to shop. I like to learn new things. I learn new things easily. I'm a quick study. All of that is your abilities. It's not like that for everyone. Stop taking yourself for granted. Know that you are uniquely designed for a reason. So whether your abilities unfold when you're younger or they come to fruition when you're older, it really doesn't matter. It all happens in divine order. And I remember being so concerned. I'm like, this can't be happening to me. I'm in my second chapter of life. Why now? But it is happening, and it's real, and it can't be denied. And so I just open myself to all the high vibrations from the universe. And I always felt like I was here to serve. But I would have partners that would try to make me feel like, why are you always trying to help people? You need to be helping yourself. You got your own stuff to focus on. Trying to make me feel like something was wrong with me. Like I was trying to hide behind my own problems. But I didn't feel like I had problems. I felt like I was equipped to solve other people's issues. That's another gift. I have a way of looking 10 steps ahead when people start at step 1. I don't like taking the long way to do things. I found a fast way to get to it and get it done and resolve it, and everybody's happy. Why go through strain and tension and wasting energy and time when you could get things done efficiently and get it done the correct way? That is my gift. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about your stuff. I've been through that. I've been there. I've had partners that did not understand. They didn't understand my ability. They didn't understand how I knew when they were lying, right? Because I can read body language. That's another thing. Everybody can't do that. I can read body language and I feel what other people don't see. I also see what other people don't see. That's your abilities. So if y'all could relate to this, then you know what I'm talking about. If you have any questions, put them in the chat and we could talk more about it. Thank you so much for joining me for Spirit Knocks, for Brooklyn Mosaic. I will see y'all in the next one.